Is it really possible for a tiny tweak to your morning coffee routine to ignite your metabolism and put your body into full fat-burning mode for the rest of the day?
Check out the link in the video description now and transform your morning coffee into a metabolism-boosting super drink.
Titanic director James Cameron has slammed OceanGate for its lax approach to building the ill-fated Titan submersible that imploded last year. The world held its breath for 96 hours last June as the U.S. Navy, the U.S. Coast Guard and the Canadian Coast Guard launched a complex mission to find the doomed vessel before the 5 inhabitants ran out of oxygen. The Titan sub was built by OceanGate, a startup founded by CEO Stockton Rush, who tragically perished along with the 4 other people on board when it imploded hours after it set off on June 18, 2023. But Cameron, best known for directing the hit film Titanic, claims OceanGate knowingly cut too many corners and unnecessarily risked the lives of the people who paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to travel to the wreck of the Titanic. He told 60 Minutes Australia, "These guys broke the rules. It's that simple. They shouldn't have been legally allowed to carry passengers. This is a place where you've really got to know your stuff before you step outside the box. You don't move fast and break things, as they say in Silicon Valley, if the thing you're gonna break has got you inside it, along with other innocent people who believe your line of BS." Rush notoriously said in an interview before the Titan's final voyage that he broke some rules to make the submersible. "I've broke some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium. There's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did." The risks he and his startup took caught the ire of submersible experts as early as 2018, when the Manned Underwater Vehicles Committee of the Marine Technology Society, a 60-year-old trade group that aims to promote ocean technology, warned Rush that OceanGate's experimental approach could result in problems, from minor to catastrophic. The 69-year-old film director also criticized the approach America and Canada took to searching for the Titan. The Navy and Coast Guards zeroed in on sounds that they interpreted as repeated banging on the submersible's hull. "It's like somebody is making that sound, and the fact that it is repeated is really unusual," former Navy submarine captain Ryan Ramsey said in a Channel 5 documentary about the Titan that was released in March. Referring to the sounds heard underwater by marine agencies during their probe, he said, "Tapping sounds? Ridiculous. They were hearing a crescent wrench or something tapping against a hull over the sound of 11 ships operating in the immediate vicinity moving giant pieces of deck equipment around. That's like hearing a sparrow fart over the cacophony of an airport." The Avatar director, who has been to the wreck of the Titanic dozens of times himself, claimed he was told about the implosion heard by the U.S. Navy hours after the submersible set off long before the 96-hour search concluded, showing a note that he claimed to have written the day after the Titan set off on its fateful voyage that read, 9:25 a.m., confirmed implosion. He told 60 Minutes Australia, "I literally wrote that on the pad the moment I heard from my naval source, a very reliable source, that they had heard an event and triangulated it to the site. I had a silent moment, as I knew Paul-Henri Nargeolet very well. It was a somber moment, and then it just transformed into the crazy thing, everybody running around with their hair on fire when we knew right where the sub was. But nobody could admit they didn't have the means to go down and look, so they were running all over the surface. The entire world waited with bated breath, talking about 96 hours of oxygen. We all knew they were dead. We already hoisted a glass, a toast, to our fallen comrades on Monday night." Cameron's claims were backed by reporting at the time, with naval sources revealing that during the search, the U.S. Navy went back and analyzed the anomalous sound that was recorded hours into the search. That anomaly was consistent with an implosion or explosion in the general vicinity of where the Titan submersible was operating when communications were lost, according to a senior Navy official who spoke anonymously at the time. The Navy passed on the information to the Coast Guard, which continued its search in spite of the analysis. Last week, the U.S. Coast Guard said that its investigation into the tragic incident will take